So you've probably been there, right? Everything seems like it's going perfectly, and then suddenly there's this shift. It's so confusing, and honestly, it can be really painful. It leaves you wondering, what on earth did I do wrong? Well, today, let's dive into this exact thing. We're going to unpack the hidden meaning behind that silence.
You know how it starts. It's usually pretty subtle. Those long back-and-forth texts you used to have, they just disappear. All of a sudden, you're getting these one-word answers. "K," "Yup." That easy, natural flow you had, it just grinds to a halt. And of course, it's not just the texts. The phone calls start to dry up too. And when you do talk, it's like there's this huge distance between you. You feel like you're talking to some polite stranger, not the person you've been so close to. All that warmth is just gone. And in its place is this quiet, kind of unnerving chill.
So where does your brain immediately jump?
Yep, right here. It's the most common and honestly the most painful conclusion to land on. We see this silence, this growing distance, and we think, well, that's it. His feelings are gone. It's over.
Okay, now look, let's be real. Sometimes pulling away is just a sign that someone's lost interest. But a lot of the time, there is a much deeper story that we're completely missing. So what if we've been reading the signs all wrong? That's the big idea we're going to dig into today. What if that coldness isn't a weapon he's using against you, but a shield? A shield to protect some kind of deep, invisible wound.
All right, so to really get this, we have to go back. Way back. This kind of behavior doesn't just pop up out of nowhere. It's usually got really deep roots in years and years of conditioning. The kind that starts when they're just kids.
Just think about that unspoken rule book that so many boys are handed. You know the one. Rule number 1, boys don't cry. Rule 2, you always have to be the strong one. And maybe the biggest rule of all, whatever you're feeling, just swallow it. Deal with it. This stuff teaches them from day one that being vulnerable is a weakness, something you have to hide.
So what happens when someone who's been taught all of that grows up and feels real deep emotional pain? Well, their first instinct isn't to reach out and talk about it. Nope, it's to build a wall. That raw pain kind of freezes over, and that coldness you feel, that's the shield.
And it's so important to get this, that silence isn't empty. It's actually jam-packed with fear. There's the fear of being seen as weak, right? Of not living up to that be strong role. There's the fear of being a burden to the people they care about. And maybe the biggest one, the fear of finally opening up only to be totally misunderstood, or worse, have their pain just dismissed. So, what do? They choose silence. It just feels safer.
And all this conditioning leads to, well, really different ways of coping. It's like we're given two totally different playbooks. Society often teaches women to process pain by reaching out. You talk with friends, you share your feelings, you seek comfort. But men are often taught the opposite. Process it internally. Distract yourself. So they'll pour themselves into work, hit the gym, or just go completely silent. It's not that they don't feel it. Not at all. It's that they've been handed a completely different set of tools to deal with it.
Okay, so now we kind of get the why behind the silence. But the big question is, what can you actually do about it? How do you even begin to connect with someone who's put up such a high wall? Well, that's what we're talking about next. Real, practical things you can do to bridge that gap.
All right, first things first, let's cover what not to do. Pushing for answers with things like, "What's wrong with you?" or demanding, "Just tell me what the problem is." That feels like an interrogation. And even if you mean well, that kind of pressure almost always backfires. It just confirms his fear of being a problem, and it'll make him pull back even further. So if that's what doesn't work, what does he actually need from you in that moment? He needs a safe space. Simple as that. Patience is everything. It tells him you're not just going to give up and walk away. Giving him his space shows that you respect his need to figure things out on his own timeline. And maybe most important of all is just gentle reassurance, a simple reminder that you care. That's what creates an atmosphere where he might, just might, feel safe enough to lower that shield.
And you know, a simple phrase like this can be unbelievably powerful. It does everything we just talked about, all in one go. It's offering support, but with zero pressure. It says, "I'm patient, I respect you, and I'm here for you." It basically hands the control back to him, letting him know, hey, the door's open, but you can walk through it whenever you're ready.
Okay, now we're getting to the real heart of it all. This is the big takeaway. It's all about completely reframing how we see that silence, because it's not what it looks like. It's not the end. It's a message, just in disguise.
Now, this is a really profound idea, so let it sink in. He's not silent and distant with just anybody. He's this way with you because you matter the most. Your opinion, how you feel, it all has a massive impact on him.
So in a weird way, the silence is actually a sign of how much he's invested emotionally, not how little.
And honestly, if you take away just one single thing from all this, please let it be this. That coldness you're feeling, it is not a sign that he doesn't care. It's a silent cry for help. It's a quiet, maybe even desperate signal that he's hurting badly and he just has no idea how to talk about it. He's not saying, I don't care about you. He's silently screaming, I'm in so much pain and I have no idea what to do.
So, I'm just going to leave you with this one last question to really think about. What if you changed the whole story you've been telling yourself? What if his coldness isn't a sign he's stopped loving you, but a sign that he loves you so much that he literally doesn't know how to handle the pain that comes with it? Just thinking about it that way, well, it could change everything.